I have an update to the Digimon situation because it is still going and it's still getting crazier. If you're out of the loop, at DigiFest 2021, Kanaka and others mentioned the issues of cancel culture, and toxic people now want to cancel them for it, calling them far right. That's the TLDR. The full segment is linked in the description and it's about 2 minutes long. So now there's this blog analyzing adventure, and a lot of people are sharing it around. A lot of people who are upset with Japan and Kanaka because this is basically a hit piece saying that Kanaka is an alt-righter. And it goes on to make a bunch of allegations about him. They say, big update, a full translation of Kanaka's blog post has been uploaded. While my post works as a TLDR simplification of it, I implore all of you to go read the full document and sharing it. And by the way, that document is 23 pages long. And let me mention that I'm just here to talk about the news. I did skim through the 23 pages, but I didn't read it in full. The blog post gets rather political, and I don't do political commentary. I find politics to be rather boring. The reactions are much more entertaining. Also, I personally found that the majority of our own politicians don't seem to care about politics, and it didn't seem wise for me to care more about politics than our own politicians do. So I personally have looked for other ways not involved with politics to help people and improve their quality of life. But hey, I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just a weeb with a mic who still has a lot to learn, so you do you. Back to this, they say for the past few months, Kanaka has been spreading alt-right conspiracy theories on his blog. The blog post is in Japanese, so most people can't read it, and the situation has stayed unknown by the larger Western fandom until now. There is currently no public full translation of his blog post, as the fanbase's translators don't want to let his words have a larger reach. But to give an idea of the kind of things he's been saying, here's a non-comprehensive list, and I can't actually show the list because some of the stuff he's allegedly been saying does actually break YouTube policy. Now, going back to the 23-page Google Doc hit piece about him, I would like to also mention, if you want the info, you can find it from that Analyzing Adventure account, and of course, make up your own mind, your own opinion on this stuff. I would just like to point out how interesting it is that they say important in bold red font. Please refrain from directly sending this document to Kanaka himself or to other Digimon staff or press media over social media. It almost seems like they're lying about him in this document and they don't want him finding out about the lies. They say, I have no interest in attacking or slandering the person himself, right before they put out 23 pages of allegations that certainly could get him attacked. And now you have people digging through his likes on Twitter. For example, this post, which is written in Spanish, but you can see here they go through the likes and point out this, circling it. Oh, how dare he like this tweet. So after seeing that, I decided to fact check that image, and I went to his Twitter myself and took a look at his likes, and yes, he has been liking tweets like that. I'll just go ahead and scroll through some of these, and you can take a look on screen. I don't want to read them because we're going to go through, like, I don't know, around 10 or so. Probably not quite 10, maybe like 7 or 8. So a couple more on screen, and you get the point. A little more. Here's one more for you. And special shout out to this guy for having a Domon Kashu profile pic. Also, keep in mind there are two main narratives going on here. Number one, he is far right / alt right because of the panel where they spoke out against cancel culture. And narrative number two, he is far right / alt right because of the blog post. I mention this because I have a hunch that some of the people who were upset because of the panel where they called out cancel culture will shift their argument to say that they were upset because of the blog post. Finally, Analyzing Adventure would say this. Kanaka has announced that he's going to make a new blog post for the overseas audiences specifically. So there's going to be a response from Kanaka, presumably in English, as his announcement was also in English on August 8th. So be prepared for that. Could you imagine if people open his response up and all it says is like, stay mad lol? So we'll see what happens. For now, I will leave this topic there, but I hope you enjoyed this segment and the first one if you saw that as well. Thank you very much for tuning in, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.